But for me, I think he's just going to bounce back. I think he's going to better.
And
he
none of that has to do with you being a Rangers fan.
Yeah, they are my second team, but no, it doesn't. I like Ruben Odor because he knocked out Joey Bats.
That was sweet.
That was sweet.
Because me being 5'9",
that might have a little bit to do with it.
5'9", I like to see him knock out the taller guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the only reason.
That might be the reason.
I don't like either of them that much.
That might be the other reason I have him in my top 10. He's got a mean
cool.
right hook.
Yeah, I must have watched that video 1,000 times.
Yeah, I love that video. So I'd have him at number 10. I think he's going to have a better year than he had last year.
I'd probably have him around 16 or 17 or something like that.
Okay. Well, most and I think Fantasy Pros had him at 13.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So he was between the 10 to 15 range. So he's not a bad second baseman to have.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's probably about 20 guys out there you can live with on your team.
Yeah, I think I'm tending this year to value home runs a little less. Here's why.
Okay.
If you'll notice from my
the home run
here,
era.
Yeah, I mean, if you say you get Jose Ramirez instead of Brian Dozier, and so obviously Dozier's going to have 15, 20 more home runs than Ramirez, you can get home runs cheap now off the waiver wire or late round flyers.
True.
Geez, you can get Joey Gallo. If you don't get anybody, you can just draft Joey Gallo and get 40 home runs right there.
Yeah. Imagine if Albert Bell was playing in this area with his cork bat. Dude would have 75 home runs a year.
Jeez.
Anyway, let's go on.
All right, so my number 10 is Gene Segura.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did. I forgot you hit your honorable mention. So Gene Segura, number 10. He was a guy that I battled with knocking him out. He's the one guy I knocked out. He'd be in my honorable mention if.
Yeah, when you hit 300 or around 300 for 7 years straight, basically,
it's proven. You're proven.
That's what he's going to do.
Yeah,
and
he's going to steal bases.
He's getting older, but he stole 30 bases last year, and he missed some time. That's the problem with him. He misses time.
Yeah,
he's injury prone. Whether it's oh man, this guy has horrible luck, doesn't he? Isn't he? He's the dude that his infant son died.
Yeah.
And he got smashed in the face by Ryan Braun when he was taking batting swings in the on-deck circle. Or not in the on-deck circle, on top of the stairs.
Yep.
God, makes me hate Braun even more. But
he's one of the guys I hate too.
He's fun to yell at from the right field stands, though.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to do that with him yet.
All right, so number 9 for me, this is, wow, what a fall from grace.
Yeah.
Robbie Cano.
Yeah. Robbie
Cano, getting older, his last year's stats not very impressive, and just playing in big old Safeco.
Yeah,
he
did fall off.
It doesn't,
and I don't have him. I don't have him much higher. So,
what a beautiful swing, though.
Yeah,
but what
he does. It's good for a home run derby, obviously.
I have MLB.TV, but I just don't watch a lot of Mariners games, and I don't know what's happened with him, but he's fallen off. He's regressing. He's getting older.
He is. So at number 9, I have another guy that will be playing in Seattle. He'll probably be a multi-eligible. D. Gordon. I have him at number 9. Now, D. Gordon does bat over 300. He's going to give you that 300 batting average. Mm-hmm. Big thing from Gordon, of course, is the stolen bases. Here's a big stat for
triples.
you, though. He does give you triples, which is going to be a big stat. 114 runs. But he does not give you any power at all, which is why I sort of knocked him down on my list. The other guys, they will give you an amount of stolen bases and good power, but he doesn't give you any of that. No RBIs, barely any home runs.
Well, if we talk about the 30 mark,
yeah,
how many players this year do you think are going to steal 30 bases? 10? 10 maybe? 8?
I would say with 30 bases, I got 3 on my list.
Right, and that's one position out of 8.
Yeah, so I'm going to
might as well
15.
exclude catchers. Catchers don't
steal,
so out of 7.
Steal. Yeah, so
maybe
15. I would say.
I would say less than that. How many guys are going to hit more than 30 bombs?
Right,
way more. So steals are way more valuable, I think.
They are.
Yeah, home runs also give you guaranteed RBIs, a run at least.
Yeah, a steal gives you one stat. A home run gives you 3. Or 4, technically.
Yeah, but steals are way more rare. Yeah, it's an interesting debate we can talk about later.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your number 8. No, 9.
Yes, that was my number 9. Go ahead with your number 8.
You go to number 8.
I'm going to go to number 8. Yeah. This is where I have Robinson Cano. Again, like Mark said earlier, he fell off a little bit last year. He did have 97 RBIs. The 280 average is pretty solid.
I believe he fell off a couple years ago also, like 3 years ago, and then he had a bounce back, and then followed by last year was a disappointment again.
Yeah. He only had 1 stolen base last year, which he's not going to give you any steals. But pretty solid across the board. I think he's going to do right around what he did last year.
Yeah, he's solid across the board, but I feel like his name value
Yeah.
will have somebody else draft him before I'm interested in drafting him.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead. What's number 8 for you?
My number 8, I don't like the guy, but I actually wanted to put him higher, but there's a lot of good second basemen. Daniel Murphy.
Yeah. Can I say something before you go on? With from number 2 to like number 7, it was so hard to rank them. Mm-hmm. It really was, because you really could move them around between there.
Yeah.
So I just want to get that out there. That's how close 2 to 7 is for me. So
same here.
When we give you any one of these guys, if you get them, then you're good. You're golden. So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Daniel Murphy apparently changed his approach at the plate and had a breakout year last year.
Yep.
Before last year, he was a high average guy. Just your middling, above average, smart asset to it. Better in real life than fantasy.
Yeah.
Last year, he turned into a fantasy beast. Can he do it again? I'm not willing to draft him super high to find out, but he's definitely a top 10 second baseman, no doubt. And I have him at 8.
Okay. So number 7, you want to go number 7 for you first?
Number 7 is Brian Dozier.
Mm-hmm.
I had him last year. He, on a way lower level, is similar to like Rougned Odor, I feel like, in this way. His stats will look nice at the end of the year, mm-hmm. but he's gonna wreck you a few weeks because he goes in his 0 for 20 slumps.
Yes,
and then so he's like
streaky.
I'm gonna beat a dead horse. I'm gonna beat it all season long.
That's not the only thing. That's not the only thing he beats all season long, by the way, guys.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway,
I will have sound effects for one-liners like that.
So we're rated mature now? I don't understand.
We're rated mature.
You just
Sorry, Jake is allowed to throw the F-bomb out there. Fuck it, I'm going to throw the F-bomb on mine.
All right.
So we're rated mature.
All right.
So don't let your kids listen to us.
Anyway, guys like Encarnacion, Dozier, I'll just use those for now.
Mm-hmm.
Their stats at the end of the season look comparable to other guys, but they're not. They go through massive cold streaks, and it really sucks. Really sucks. I mean, I remember having him just go 0 for 4 every game for a whole week, and it's just frustrating. And he'll drag your batting average down. But then he ended up with a 269 average last year. So
yeah,
I mean, he heated up at the right time for me, like during the fantasy playoffs. He's one of the guys that carried me through to the championship. So you never know. I straight up traded Dozier for Billy Hamilton.
Ooh.
Yeah, I traded my Billy Hamilton for Dozier. I was good on steals. I had a bunch of steals. I regretted it, and then at the end I didn't. So it's funny how it always works out at the end. But anyway, what's your number 7?
Number 7 is where I put Jonathan Scoop.
That's low.
Yeah, like I said,
still higher than fantasy.
Yeah, but that's like I said. Any of the guys from 2 to 7 are just. Mm-hmm. It was tough for me to rank. So this guy could very easily be the number 2 guy by the end of the year. I mean, it wouldn't take much because they're so close.
Where does he bat in the lineup?
I think he's second, I don't even know. I think he's second.
Okay.
I think he bats second. But guys, this is probably going to be the future of Baltimore's lineup. He's probably going to be the face of their lineup. Machado's not sticking around. He may not be there when the season starts. So Jonathan Scope's going to be the guy in Baltimore. 293 average, 32 homers, 105 RBIs. Only 1 steal, but I think this guy he could bat over 300 and he could get closer to 40 homers.
Yep, I would anticipate if he improves.
Yeah,
I don't think his average is going to go much higher.
Yeah,
because he's not really.
He's 293, so he might.
What's his career average?
Well, I mean we can't really base. Last year was really his first full season, I think.
I thought if he batted towards the bottom of the lineup for a few years. But he was a full-time player, I thought.
Yeah, it might have been. But, I mean...
Anyway, the point is he keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's a high-average
He's young. He's very young. But, again, he's a beast. There's no doubt. Like I said, these guys from 2 to 7, they're beasts. I'm not going to rank number 1 in there because he's the beast.
He's like the best player in baseball.
Yeah. Second to me. But, let's go to number 6. Who do you have at number 6?
D. Gordon.
You have D. Gordon. Okay.
Love him.
Yeah. He likes the stolen bases. At number 6, I have Dozier. I have Brian Dozier at number 6. 34 homers, 93 RBIs. He had 269 average. He did. Here's a stat I didn't realize you got from Dozier because he's a power guy. He gave you 16 steals last year.
Yeah,
sneaky amount of steals.
Right. Yep.
He reminds me of Paul Goldschmidt in that matter. I mean, he's not Paul Goldschmidt, but Goldschmidt gives you a sneaky amount of steals for first baseman. Dozier is the guy that gives you a sneaky amount of steals for a second baseman.
Or for a power hitter in general.
Power hitter in general, right.
Second basemen are inherently fast, usually,
right.
But yeah, for a power hitter, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have those. Yeah, because what do you end up on a given week in a categories league at the end of a good week? 6, 7 steals.
Yeah.
So one, if you just get one every once in a while, that could give you an extra point, which
yep.
could lead you to better standings in the playoffs and lead to a championship. So. So my number 5 is Jonathan Scope.
Okay.
I'm just a tad higher on him than you, but he's great.
I have Trey Turner, number 5.
Oh, you bastard! That's my number 4.
Okay.
Trey Turner. So let's talk about Trey Turner. I mean,
oh man,
he had 30-some steals in what?
46 steals last year.
46 steals and 4. He only had like 400-some at bats. Too.
Yeah. So he's a guy who could steal 60 bases.
He's one of those guys that we talk about that.
And he's probably going to have a higher average. Probably going to have a little bit more home runs.
Exactly. What I was about to say. He had a bad year.
Yeah.
He had what's considered. I mean, it's hard to say for a guy in his
284, 11 homer, 45 RBIs in a bad year, with 46 steals. This guy,
and look at the lineup around him. He's going to get a ton.
Yeah,
he's gonna score
he could end up being a number 2 second baseman at the end of the year because if he has a good year, full year,
he could be a top 8 overall player.
Yeah, he is that good. He has that much talent.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll move on. Number 4, I have this is where I put Daniel Murphy. Number 4, 322 average, 23 homers, 93 RBIs.
So you're telling me if we were drafting right now, not mock draft, but a real draft.
Well, here's why.
And you saw Trey Turner and Daniel Murphy up there. You'd pick Daniel Murphy over Trey Turner.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
You know why?
Why?
How many positions does Trey Turner play?
Okay. Well, all right. I mean, multi-eligibility
right.
is nice, but
yes,
it's not the.
So if I saw Daniel Murphy or Trey Turner sitting there, I'm taking Daniel Murphy because I can put him at first base as well. So that had a lot to go into it. It's a revelation. Last week, Mark put a revelation on me with the multi-eligible guys. So that's why...
Especially Yahoo. Yahoo is like...
Yeah.
I don't know if I made this
and that's who we use.
Did I make this joke last time? If I did, oh well, fuck it.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Well, then I'm not going to say it.
I think you did make the joke last week.
No, I didn't. We were just talking in the office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yahoo is... if you played one inning of third base in Little League, then you're third base for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
And that's obviously a joke, but they're apparently like CBS.com and ESPN. It's like you have to have had like 5 appearances at that thing this year or last year, I think is how it goes.
Right. Basically, there's a guy on our top 10 list, guys, that isn't really a second baseman, but he is a second baseman in fantasy.
Yep, and he's my number 3, Anthony Rizzo.
Yep. So at number 3, I have, this is where I put Jose Ramirez. Breakout year last year.
Yeah.
It was huge. Right. They had 17 steals, 107 runs, 318 average, 29 homers, 83 RBIs.
He's fun to watch too.
He is.
He looks like he plays with a chip on his shoulder.
He does.
He has what I refer to as permanent stink face.
Yeah.
He always looks like he's pissed and smells something stinky.
Yeah.
And he's a beast. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he really is
fun. The whole Indians team is fun to watch. You know, if you're allowed to have a 1A, a team 1A as the Rangers, boy, I had a hell of a time watching the Indians play last year.
Yeah. Well, my team 1A this year will probably be the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I have to root for the Giants as my 1A this year. But, yeah, Jose Ramirez with that breakout year, I think he's the...
And he's eligible for outfield, second base.
Yeah, he's another guy multi-eligible. So you have somebody who's out with an injury and you need to put him in another position, and you have 2 good second basemen, you know. So that's where I put him. At number 2, this is where I put Anthony Rizzo. Not a second baseman, but in fantasy he's a second baseman. He actually had a down year last year. 273 average. He's usually around 300 average.
Maybe he might think about maybe backing up a few inches from the plate.
Yeah, he's gonna.
No, it works for him.
Let me. It's one of my favorite videos to watch. This is how close to the plate he gets. The catcher on his way to, I forget which catcher it was thrown back to the Castillo. That's who it was. Wellington Castillo wanted to throw the ball back to the pitcher, and Rizzo was still standing in the spot that he bats in, and he plunked the ball off Rizzo's head. Thankfully, Rizzo didn't get mad.